Welcome to Student Spotlight, where each month we'll be spotlighting a different graduate student from the English department at Oklahoma State. My name is Sean Kulikin, the English grad student coordinator, and I'll be your host today. And I'm very excited to meet with our guest from the RWS program, Will Smith. Will, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much.
So Will, the way this thing works is I ask you 5 questions and you give us 5 answers. Does that sound good?
Solid. Sounds great.
Awesome. So Will, question number 1, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're working on here at OSU?
Yeah, so I grew up in Montana and Wyoming. I got my bachelor's degree in English Lit from the University of Wyoming and my master's from the University of Idaho. And now I'm in my 4th year of the Ph.D. program in Rhetoric and Writing Studies. And I'm focusing on rhetorics of power, demagoguery, propaganda, where I look into the MAGA movement and the super wealthy and the deification of the super wealthy.
Excellent. That's really cool. Boy, you got the whole like Rocky Mountains covered, it seems.
I do, yeah. I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico now. So yeah, I've lived in like from border to border, each of the states going down from Montana to New Mexico at some point in my life.
That's really cool. All right, question number 2. Why did you choose to come to OSU?
So as I said before, I live in Albuquerque now. It's where my wife works. And so when I decided to go back to school, I wanted to look for programs that were sort of within shouting distance of New Mexico and Albuquerque. And I applied at 5 or 6 different places, but from the start, like straight from the jump, OSU was really eager to have me come to be in part of the program. They were really helpful with all the questions I had along the way with the application process. And it was really the first time in all of my academia where I felt like the program wanted me to be a part of it just as much as I wanted to be a part of that program. And so that like the welcoming and the helpfulness that I got from them was really what sold it for me.
Sounds really good. Yeah, I kind of have like a similar situation coming from California. I feel like they communicated with me as well, and we're very welcoming. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. Question number 3. What are some of the best things about this program that have happened to you that you'd like to share?
Well, I think one of the big things is the people that I've met while I'm there, like the other students, but about the rhetoric and writing program in particular, it's going to sound a little like counterintuitive, but it's one of the smaller programs at OKSTATE, but that was one of the things I think I liked the most about it because I've really gotten a chance to know like my professors and then also my colleagues really well because we're in like every class together and they're taught by the same 2 or 3 professors. And so being able to sort of make friendships with like professors and colleagues has been really cool. And then also just all the folks like you and other members of like the creative writing and lit programs who I've been able to meet and be friends with there. It's been really cool.
For sure. And I met you at the very beginning, right?
Yeah.
We came in together and we were in the comp pedagogy class, and yeah, and it was a really good opportunity to meet everybody from all these different programs, huh?
Yeah, it was great. We met during orientation, and it's been cool to like be able to carry those friendships. And then like as we all graduate and we sort of disperse, we still have like people we know throughout the country, which is really cool.
For sure. Yeah. Yep. Okay, thanks. Question number 4. Do you have any advice for other students and future students?
Not great with advice, but I'm kind of thinking to piggyback off my last answer, my last question, the last answer to the last question. Getting to know your profs and your colleagues it makes classes a lot more rewarding. It makes conferences a lot more rewarding. I know the conferences that I've gone to, being able to be there with not only my colleagues, but then also like the professors and advisors and stuff, you feel like you're there with a group of friends and not with a group of acquaintances, which is really cool. And then I guess my other piece of advice would be to get involved with something in the department, like whether it be the writing center bake sale or the book sale that they have every year. The various graduate student programs. The real easy way to contribute and then also get like a CV line, and they're actually more rewarding for the friendships than they are for the CV lines, which is really cool.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I think you are the sixth person now that I've interviewed, throughout the year for the student spotlights. And it always just keeps coming back to the small community that we have in our program.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, it was one of the things that drew me in, and it's one of the things that's kept me there, and that I've enjoyed the most.
Yeah, that's great. The last question I have, question number 5, and this is kind of like a fun question and so on. What's one fun, unique hobby, interest, or memory that you'd like to share? And this could be related to OSU and your focus, or just completely random.
So I chose the completely random, and I'm not even sure it's a unique hobby, so to speak, but I am absolutely enamored with traveling. I've been to 13 countries. I've been to 30 states in the United States. And I think if I was to win the lottery or discover that I was the beneficiary of like a Scrooge McDuck great uncle, that's what I would do with like the whole rest of my life, is I would just start traveling and never stop. It's I've seen so many beautiful places and met so many beautiful people, and you kind of realize that those little fake lines that you draw on the map saying like we are this person and that's this type of person, they're all pretty arbitrary and they don't really make very much sense when you actually mingle with people. We're all pretty similar and we're all really interesting. That's really cool to find out that those things as you travel more and more.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that about you. Yeah, I'm also another big traveler. Now, I hate it when people ask me this, but I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite country? Or what is one of the favorite areas that you've been to?
Favorite areas I've been to, I might be a little bit of immediacy bias because this is the last big trip I took, but Italy is definitely like near the top. Japan was absolutely amazing. And then I would say, as far as like views and people, New Zealand is probably the number one. Everywhere you look in New Zealand is beautiful, and the people are all beautiful, and they're super kind. And um, yeah, New Zealand definitely number one.
Wow, that is really cool. I have not been to Japan and New Zealand yet. What country would you like to go to next?
Funny you should say that, because in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I'm off to Spain. So I'm going to see Spain, Portugal, and Morocco, end of April, beginning of May. So it's going to be really cool.
That's a fantastic area. Yeah, southern Spain is really, really cool. Yeah, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Cool. That is awesome. Thank you, Will. That was a great interview, and thanks for being on our show. And
my pleasure.
thank you. And thank you to our viewers for watching. And we'll see you next month for another episode of Student Spotlight. Thanks again, Will.
Thank you.